Secure people know that there's no such thing. Security comes from within when you know you can handle anything. Be patient and loving with every fearful thought. When you are at peace with yourself and you love yourself, it is virtually impossible for you to do things to yourself that are destructive. You cannot always be number one, or always win a contest, or always get the merit badge, or always make the honor roll, but you can always think of yourself as an important, worthwhile person. Self-esteem comes from the self, not from acquisitions and approval. Our beliefs about ourselves are the single most telling factors in determining our success and happiness in life. Every single condition in your life can be improved if you learn to be more effective at visualizing what you want and having the intention to manifest it. Individuals who use self-labels are stating, "I am a finished product in this area, and I'm never going to be any different." If you are a finished product all tied up and put away, you've stopped growing. And if you've stopped growing, you're no longer alive. Make a personal decision to be in love with the most beautiful, exciting, worthy person ever. Yourself. With everything that has happened to you, you can either feel sorry for yourself or treat what has happened as a gift. Everything is either an opportunity to grow or an obstacle to keep you from growing. You get to choose. Whenever other people are upset, always remember that they own the upset and that you can refuse to join them. You must become the producer, director, and actor in the unfolding story of your life. No one can depress you. No one can make you anxious. No one can hurt your feelings. No one can make you anything other than what you allow inside. Don't equate your self-worth with how well you do things in life. You aren't what you do. If you are what you do, then when you don't, you aren't. Shy people make shy pictures over and over in their minds, and until they see themselves as unafraid, they will continue to act on the pictures they create. You do not have to be a person who is at the mercy of anyone who chooses to annoy you. What makes you human is not this form, but the invisible intelligence that suffuses it. Mind, spirit, God, whatever you want to call it. Imagine the word cancel, C-A-N-C-E-L, being a huge rubber stamp in your mind. Stamp cancel on any self-defeating image you place in your head. If you think poor me thoughts, you will cancel that thought for the moment and begin to think in some kind of a self-enhancing way. Suffering comes from wants. Chasing success is like trying to squeeze a handful of water. The tighter you squeeze, the less water you get. With success, when you chase it, your life becomes the chase, and you never arrive at a place called successful. You become a victim of wanting more. Surrender to a new consciousness, a thought that whispers, "I can do this thing in this moment. I will receive all the help that I need as long as I stay with this intention and go within for assistance." We become what we think about all day long. The question is, what do you think about all day long? Your days are the precious currency of your life. Advance confidently in the direction of your dreams and live the life that you have imagined. That's when you'll have success. Each of us has a well of infinite depth within us, which contains more potential for creativity than we can ever imagine. There is a rhythm to the universe. When we are able to get quiet enough, we experience how we are part of that perfect rhythm. If you find yourself being treated in a way you resent, or which turns you into a victim, ask yourself this question. What have I done to teach this person that this behavior is something I'm willing to tolerate? Then go to work at changing that. When you get enough inner peace and feel really positive about yourself, it's almost impossible for you to be controlled and manipulated by anybody else. The use of mental imagery is one of the strongest and most effective strategies for making something happen for you. You mustn't attempt to will anything. You need only be willing. How do you get world peace? You get world peace through inner peace. You've got a world full of people who have inner peace, then you have a peaceful world. Everything I ever worried about turned out exactly as it was going to, despite my worry, moments to the contrary. All that you need in order to have total happiness, fulfillment, and love in your life, you already have right now. Whoever you are, wherever you are, your body is perfect. It knows how to do all the things that bodies are capable of doing. It knows how to walk, to sweat, to sleep, to be hungry, to cry. It is also a very good learner. You can teach it to swim, to drive a car, to write a letter, to play a guitar, to cut a diamond, or climb a mountain. The children whom you admire so much for their ability to enjoy life are not foreign creatures to you. You have one of those children inside of you. Doing what you love is the cornerstone of having abundance in your life. Everything that is happening is supposed to be happening. You can make your life into a grand, ever-evolving work of art. The key is your thoughts, the wondrous, invisible part of you that is your spiritual soul. Analyzing is really a violent intellectual act. When you analyze something, you have to break it apart and find every little bit of it, pick it apart. Buddha said, "You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger." You control your emotions so you do not have to explode with anger whenever someone else decides to behave in angry ways. Needing approval is tantamount to saying, "Your view of me is more important than my own opinion of myself." Loving people live in a loving world. Hostile people live in a hostile world. Same world. How come you can't be authentic unless you're following your bliss? The path to the big picture is different for everyone, but the understanding has to be that the big picture is there and its availability is there. There are some people who live 70 years, and there are some people who live 1 year 70 times, repeating what they're doing over and over in the name of the gold watch or whatever. Since your mind is your own private territory, you can give any new idea a private audition for a few days. If you're looking for love, it will always elude you. If you're looking for happiness, it will always elude you. When you become these things, it's all you will have to give away. Believe it and you'll see it. Know it and you'll be it. Stop blaming your spouse for your unhappiness, your parents for your lack of motivation, the economy for your social status, the bakery for your excess weight, your childhood for your phobias, and anything else to which you assign blame. You are the sum total of the choices you have made in your life. The way you change your behavior is to look at the sources of strength that you are. Behavior is a much better barometer of what you are than words. A child is a wonder to behold. Feelings are not emotions that happen to you. Feelings are reactions you choose to have, and they show up in your body as physical reactions to your thoughts. If you don't have confidence in yourself, get off your rear end and do anything that will make you feel better about yourself. Anything. If you practice maintaining your composure, and remember that someone else's behavior belongs to that person and cannot upset you unless you allow it to do so, then you will not become an unwilling target. The opposite of courage is not so much fear as it is conformity. I cannot always control what goes on outside, but I can always control what goes on inside. Thoughts are ways in which we can make virtually anything happen. Get your nose out of everybody else's garden. Get your own garden in order and stop focusing on everybody else's. Grow what you want to grow in your garden and let other people do the same. The wonderful line from Candide says, "We must first learn to cultivate our own garden." Your form will simply pass along, but you can't kill thought, so you can't kill who you really are. The more you let go of people and things, the fewer obstacles you will have on your life's journey. The most effective weapon you have in banishing neurotic behavior from your life is your own determination. If you believe that this tape will liberate you, then you are already a victim of your own illusions before you even start listening. You and only you must decide to take these suggestions and turn them into constructive, self-fulfilling behaviors that will keep you on the path. Schools must become concerned and caring places, full of teachers who understand that teaching people to love themselves, to feel positive about their natural curiosity, and in control of their own lives ought to be given at least as much attention as geometry and grammar and the rhyming scheme of an Elizabethan sonnet. Your emotions shouldn't be immobilizing. They shouldn't be defended. They shouldn't keep you from being all that you can be. These are the good old days. Enlightened people move away from conflict and confrontation. If you believe that feeling bad or worrying long enough will change a past or a future event, then you are residing on another planet with a very different reality system. How harmony gets inside you is through your own thinking. Whatever it is that constitutes your very life, it doesn't weigh anything.